Uche chukwa busigi feyeme. Uche chukwa busenge yeme nuwa ni fasolo nye ya sigari basie.
Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uchi Ukafomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra, and Anambra State is Biafra land. We will never forget the simple fact that he assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And then there was a time where people say, no, this is their end. I should say Nigerians. Oh, we have their leader, but they don't know what is coming for them. They don't know. But a simple man said, the heart of this project will not see corruption. And if IPOB is not serious about one thing, if IPOB is not willing to play with one thing, and that is messing up with this platform. Because I tell you, if we mess up, even in 1,000 years, you can't even mention Biafra. For almost 58 years, we can't even mention Biafra until we came. But believe me, we will stand between the living and the dead. Our leaders say, after us, there will be nobody like us again. But you won't understand. But Mazi Mefo simply said, the heart of this project will not see corruption. A lot of people are paranoid. They are confused because they don't even know where to start from. But of course, he's standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody takes a kingdom by words. You take a kingdom by action. Nobody just come and talk and go. We are not just talking, we are doing. But very soon, we shall be doing sin, and then you will understand. Of course, you are going to look for dictionary to look for that English. For almost 60 years, nobody can stand up and speak for the collective interest of Biafran people. Did I say nobody have been speaking? People have been speaking. They speak for a lot. You just come, you do shakara, you receive a lot. You enter inside house. And you come and show us a Range Rover Sport. You are a big boy. But Nigerian police will be escorting you. Big boy. Yoruba will call you Oloye or maybe Abagba. People have been talking for us, but they talk end with bank alert. You think that musician just wake up one day and begin to sing, I don't get alert, God will win. He sing, I don't get alert for Buhari finish. He went to the church and sing, I don't get alert. You think he's interested in any of them? A lot. But then there is one man who stood up. He stood on his ground against injustice, against the government of tyranny, against this fraud called Nigeria. And he could not be bought. Nobody commands our loyalty. Mazenand Yokukano is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. By the special grace of Chukwukika Biama, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And Delta State is Biafra land. And it is a privilege, I should say one of the greatest honor of my life, that I served indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity of the African rep and the Nigerian International Coordinator, at least in this moment. Because of course we are believing Chukwukika Biama to do what he has to do. But we have pleaded with him, if in his infinite wisdom, he decided that the sacrifice we must offer unto him so that he can free us is for us to lay down our life. And then we will gladly do that. For we have made a vow never to bow our knee to anybody, any man, any God in prayer, except Chukwukika Biama. And then I will humble myself and say to him, Anyị na-aja ya mma o, n'ihi na ọ mara mma ịhụnanya ya na gị obiọma ya o juru anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị ịbụ Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. Of course, before we proceed this evening, I must appreciate every IPOB member. Of course, those who are willing to do the needful. Did I say member? I beg your pardon. Every indigenous people of Biafra, genuine citizen of Biafra, who are willing to do anything. Dear Death himself, look at her in the face and willing to do the needful. Because somewhere along the line, somebody have to do it. For God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. You may not have the privilege of making your voice to be heard. But believe me, everything we have done will echo into eternity. For our action this day, the memory will last beyond the pyramids of Egypt. For 1,000 generations to come, they will understand that the tiny Biafrans, as small as we are, but with a very big God, we stood against the world tyranny powers, and we will prevail in the end. And without apology, that it be on record that as free men, we choose to do what we do. Without being paid, we choose to do what we do. For in the end, what is life without freedom? For the evil men and women will not have a feast day for a very long time. It doesn't matter who you are. As far as you were born one day and you age on daily basis, and certainly you're going to die, go and pack your motto, you are nobody. But of course, your action will define you. For without rules, without laws, what are we? We are savages. That is when I look at you, you are intellectual, you are very original. Without these rules, we are savages. You are not better than a monkey. Without these rules, we are savages. And then when you make the rules, it applicable to one session and not to other, you are worse than Satan. And your evil will catch up with you without apology. We must move ahead to our topic this evening, which is simply self-determination, the only solution from slavery. And first of all, what is self-determination? The right for everybody to decide how they live. It was first of all God-given. And then, should we say Geneva Convention, the United Nations in Geneva Convention acknowledged it. But from the last time I checked, self-determination is only good for Europeans and Americans and China and those who have nuclear warhead, to cut the story short. The moment you manufacture nuclear warhead, they respect your self-determination. But you are importing toothpaste, tom-tom, chewing-gum, fighting for second tenure, you will never get it. But don't worry. We know the difference between day and night. And very soon, if that is the only option we have to differentiate the day and night, we will do it. We will do it. not until our right to self-determination is respected, we waste our time. The greatest fear of the slave master has always been the full activation of the right to self-determination. Just watch all of them. Watch all these people. What is driving them crazy when they hear Biafra? Just look at all those people you call world power. Look at all of them. Mention Biafra. You will notice the kind of sweat that comes out in their body. Because that thing they've eaten, they will vomit it. It's just a matter of time. Just mention Biafra. Look at your Yoruba pastor. Look at your Hausa Fulani. Look at your one Nigerianis. They are not the same again. I pity all of you who are wrestling with the indigenous people of Biafra across the globe. I pity all of you. You better shift back. Let me tell you, we are here to exercise our right to self-determination. You may not know that. I see some people, those of you in Gambia, you are fighting with the family there, so they will not talk about Biafra, and you are a Biafran. You prepare. You prepare. Because you don't know what is coming for all of you. Across the globe, the most miserable people that will ever live on this earth is when you are a Biafra and you fight against IPOB. You get ready. We are keeping all your record. All of you, are balancing. When we talk about Biafra, you look at us as sleeper. We don't worry. But what exactly are we doing? It is our right to self-determination. It is our right. When we sit back and we watch in Nigeria, they are saying, clamp them down, shoot them, kill them, terrorize them, imprison them, incarcerate them. When I look at them, I can only see a set of savages, monkeys and baboons. Very mature one. Nothing else. It is our right, amiable right. It is our right to civil disobedience. But how many security or law enforcement agency, how many lawyers even know what is a civil disobedient? And so when they pride over the ability to quench a cross section, a certain group or individual of their so-called one Nigeria, they are very proud. Look at that monkey from DSS. He is saying, how was he saying? Yes, we are going to do everything we want. We are going to clamp them down as far as we are within the preamble of law. Nigerians don't run law. They don't operate on law. You say as far as it's within the preamble of decree. And of course, when the military is in power, when the dictatorship is in power, the constitution is suspended. So how will you know the difference between civil disobedience and you operating on your own level of ignorance? But of course, you don't mention it. You mention it. Britain is shaking. Why are they afraid? That right you have that made you world power or think you whoever you are. What makes you feel you have it more than us? Oh, you are the pig revolution. Evolutionally, you are the descendant of pig. And then maybe we are the descendant of chimpanzee or monkey and baboon. It's okay. So what is the difference between pig and chimpanzee? Which one is even better? Because whenever you look at a black man and you call that black man a monkey, as a white man or yellow man or purple man, you are pig, descendant of pig. Then insulting people, but you are behaving lower than even that pig. The issue of self-determination is something nobody wants you to talk about. And so as far as our right to self-determination is taken from us, it's okay. You move from Biafra land, woo, you enter Oduduwa land, woo, you enter Arewa land, the next thing you enter Benin Republic. These are Yoruba people. And while you are in Yoruba land in Nigeria, you are speaking English. How are you? Are you doing fine? The moment you cross Badagry, you see Yoruba in Badagry now, they are speaking common Talivu. Does it sound to you that we're in control of our life? Most of people, you are very proud now because you can speak French, you can speak English, you can speak Portuguese, you can speak Latin. That is what makes you feel you are a human being. Is that right to self-determination? What they did in Berlin conference, is that right for them? Do they have the right to do that? Most of you do not know. Africa was a hunting ground for them. Maybe it was ripe for taking. They came here, They destroyed everything about us. They looted until there was nothing to loot. They looted until the loot was causing problem between them. The whole Europe turned against themselves. The war should tell us what caused First World War and Second World War. What were they fighting for? The loot from Africa. That was what caused First World War and Second World War. And so in Berlin Conference, they say it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If we continue fighting ourselves, we might kill ourselves, we'll destroy ourselves, and all these people will come for us. Now, no problem. Let's share it, kill and divide. The same way Nigerians are killing and dividing the resources from Biafra land. They shared us. That is where Africans find themselves today. But it will be better we go back to chain. Not all this pretense everywhere. Not all this pretense. And then I must sincerely appreciate those countries of the world today who have built their nation on the principle of discipline and integrity. Those who are not collecting tithes from any African country. We acknowledge you. For out of hard work and sincere labor, you built that nation. And that's your nation, that your kingdom will have no end. But for those nations who are building tiny street of gold on the expense and the misery of other people, your children will be worse slaves than we have ever been. Mark it down. Because we are the ancient people. We cannot be stopped. It is too late for all of you. Because any attempt to stop us, you will destroy your own people. It's a promise we make to you. Because divine providence has said it, and that is how it's going to be. You just don't mention self-determination. It's a treason felony. They will charge you in Nigeria. Why do they do that? Because this will strike their glory and their power. You talk about self-determination. You injure their ego. You just bring them down. That is the end of them. But if we must survive as a people, we have no choice than to activate our right to self-determination fully. So it doesn't matter who alters God's. The only thing that will ensure our survival is that we must activate this right to self-determination. Economically, we are slaves. Socially, we are slaves. Culturally, we are slaves. Politically, we are slaves. Religiously, we are slaves. Things only go from bad to worse. They will tell you that necessity is the mother of invention. And so what is the mother of necessity? No, necessity is the mother of invention. Yes, out of necessity, invention was made. We agree. So what led to necessity? Because they discover it is necessary. Most people are busy enjoying technology. But if you know the necessity behind every invention, for instance, most of them you will not get. You won't even use them. They deem it necessary to make sure that they create a lot of labor market, unemployment, increasing daily basis globally. So some group of people are working very hard to produce. Computer takes over almost 60% of labor market now. They control it. There are offices or like bank before. You see so many people working in banks. Go and check the number of people that are employed in bank today and compare them with the number of persons that are employed in bank in the 80s. Even though they have more job to do today than the 80s, they employ more bankers in the 80s than today. Why? Because most of the job have been done by computer. And now it is good you say, oh, with computer, the jobs, the stress is reducing, of course. So they want to manage stress as you thought. They invented computer. So who has them to manage the stress? So necessarily, they need to keep a majority of the world population under dependence. Nigeria can't even choose a God to worship. Britain will decide it for us. We don't even choose the law that governs us. Britain will decide it for us. We don't even choose how we dress in our offices. Britain decide that for us. Now you understand. Then maybe you will begin to understand why we must all rise up and pull this system down, or else this system will pull us down. Till this moment, those who call themselves Nigeria are still looking for a way to put their foot down, because we've been living in one almighty mess called Nigeria. Activating our right to self-determination seems impossible because of the following threat. You never talk about it. They went to Abuja Accord in Ghana to decide how we govern ourselves. He led to a war. When they are talking about restructure, you think they are sincere people. All these things at the end will even give you your right to self-determination. But they will never allow it to be. Britain will not allow that to be. But of course, they don't have choice. Neither do we. Because if we do not activate our right to self-determination fully, it will either stop us or we will stop it. There are many things that threatens them. Nigeria can kill all her citizens. It doesn't matter to them. But you better not talk about territorial integrity. God knows what that means. You better not talk about their one Nigeria. But all these things, to what extent? To what extent? Somebody said he went to do protest. They arrested him, trampled on their rights. The next thing they went is, yes, I'm in DSS office as I'm talking to you. Yes, they arrested me. Yes, after which they fry egg for me. As you can see, I'm watching television inside DSS. But of course, in their mind, they are deceiving international community. But we've been there. It's obvious. You are bearing testament to the fact that everything we say on Radio Biafra is the truth. Absolute truth and nothing but the truth. When a Biafra criminal is arrested, if there is anyone like that, they will beat you blue and black. That the day they will be interviewing you, you can't even talk. Because they must have broken your jaw. They must have beat you between the boundary of hellfire and heaven. That is if you are not mutilated. If they don't set you on fire. But do you know when they catch Fulani headsmen because they want to project a single lie to the world that tell, hey, they are arresting Fulani headsmen, they rub them powder, give them lipstick. Then the police interviewing Fulani headsmen will be smiling. Yes, who are you? My name is Terrorist Buhari. That is the name of the president now. The later I say, no, this is my name. They now laugh. Yes, all this thing, what do you call it? He say Kwe 47, Kwe 47. Police will not say, yes, have you robbed before? He said, no, now 3 times. He said, did you rape where you rob? He said, only 10 women. It's okay. Only 10, okay, you are born again. They're making mockery of us, but they're making mockery of themselves. Look at all of you. DSS now fry egg for you. Now give you Go TV, or is it DSTV they give you? It should be DSTV because it's closer to their name, Ndushi. But who is deceiving who? Whatever happens, make no mistake about it. The right to self-determination is the reason why we are here. And it is our inalienable right. It cannot be contested with. You can only try to suppress us. You can only try to deny us and deprive us of this right. But we shall see how it ends. Is that not what we are here to do? Do we want to take over Yoruba land? Do we want to take over Arawa land? Of course not. It threatens everything that they are. The politicians don't want it. The politicians don't want it. This is how they deceive you. The federal government of Nigeria. But does Nigeria know what is federalism? Do they know what is federalism? When they come out, they say, you know, this democratic of Nigeria, it cannot be, let's compare it to that of America. America has not gotten to this level in 50 years. America is over 200 years. Before we get to 200 years, we will get there. That is how they deceive you. They don't know the meaning of democracy. They don't know the meaning of federalism. All they are doing is check and balance. The system of government practice in Nigeria is simply check and balance. Why is it check and balance? British government steal. Everybody steal from Biafra land. And then the Yoruba and Hausa steal. And then some gullible Biafrans join them. And then British government will say, yes, how much on I take, how much on I take. Otherwise we say, yes, we take 1 billion. We say, yes, we take our share was 90 billion. Now what about Biafrans? Don't mind that now, you know we agree, we have to keep them poor. If they are rich now, they will challenge us, let's leave them poor. But there are some of their people that are cooperating with us. We settle them, just 20 billion. Of course, they want us to remain poor. They want to decide when we eat. They want to decide where we live, how we live our life. And the moment they do all these things, they've eventually taken our life from us. So when you are there, you are a Biafra. You better get ready because you don't know what is coming for you. That is exactly what they do. Watch all the countries they steal oil from in Africa. These are the poorest community. Those of you in school, they ask you, where is the poorest village in the world? Begin to check all the community you get oil from in Africa. You will be surprised they are the poorest. Because they believe that when they impoverish you, you can't say. Of course, you don't have access to anything. As far as you have been impoverished. And then when you hear your politician, hey, let's vote him, it's our own, it's not your own. He will go to Sokoto, Fulani will place him under oath. He is not your own. He will never serve your interest. How many of our governors are serving our interest? It's not about paying people to project your image. I told somebody today, the Fulanis have Abuja to boost off. The Yoruba have Lagos to boost off. What is there in Port Harcourt? The money that exchange hand only in Port Harcourt is bigger than the whole of Nigeria. But what is there? Very soon, Port Harcourt people will be, many of them are hustling in Lagos now because they've chased them out of their villages. Our children wake up. If they don't go to Abuja, they go to Lagos. If they don't find anywhere to go here, they travel abroad. Why? Our politicians are right to self-determination, threaten the current day politicians of Nigeria. Our right to self-determination, threaten the very existence of the colonial master. Our right to self-determination, threaten even your monarchs, because most of them are there by certificate. Our right to self-determination, threaten government agency, because they are the one that decide our life, how we live day by day. You can imagine we have a justice system that can enable me or allow me to sue those DSS. They will all rot in jail, honestly. They violated the law. Can imagine a DSS man using cutlass to beat you. Which law, which section of the law actually allows that? Exercising your right to self-determination. They are using cutlass to beat you. No, which part of section of the law of the zoo called Nigeria that asks a policeman to shoot you when you are not armed? But they are going to quote for you what they said, a rule of engagement according to Geneva Convention. They will tell you rule of engagement given by United Nations is what made them to kill people in mass in the Kano's house. Because the last time I checked, they didn't even see cutlass there. But Brutal came out and said, yes, look at my pocket. You can see the rule of engagement given to me by United Nations. Maybe it allows Brutal to shoot people in the house of Ali Damazen and the Kano. And then you think these people will allow you to have your right to self-determination. But of course, those few Biafrans who are cooperating with the one Nigerianists and the real terrorists, you're having your feels day. But believe me, without apology, if you don't repent now, it will be too late for all of you. We set the agenda. You don't do that. The only way an African can be truly free, not just African, but Biafrans, is number one, when we have the right to decide our economic status. Of course, South Africa is free from apartheid. It's a lie. Economically, South Africa is not free. Apartheid is no longer there. Thank God, it is a step forward. But economically, they are not free. Most people will not understand. Check the things you import. And let any government of today, as Nigeria is concerned, and say, no more importation, maybe Turkey. That is where you will know that you are in trouble. You will hear sanction. You will see conspiracy. Yes, with the Europeans, with the United Nations, when you say you will not import our crack again, we have thereby sanctioned you. In fact, no medicine again. When we talk about the right to self-determination, it includes our right to decide our economic status. When we talk about the right to self-determination, we are talking when that time where we will have the right to decide our justice system. You know, there are things we say, most people will be laughing. Can any lawyer, barrister, or judge tell me the meaning of the wig they wear in their head? No. Can any barrister, lawyer, judge, how do they call them? Can any of them tell me the meaning of the suit they put in their head? If a lawyer wears senator or abada, will he remove his brain? But of course, he's there to tell you that you are just an instrument in the hand of, you are a puppet, instrument in the hand of the real manipulators. And so where you wear that wig, you now bend your eye and wear glass. That is what qualifies you as a judge. Do we actually have a justice system? That very decree and law you are quoting, do you know he violates some of our tradition? And then somebody is going to tell me, but we have traditional court. What is the position of traditional court? Customary court. Compared to the Supreme Court and those who are managed by Awusa Fulani. When we talk about the right to self-determination, we are talking about that time where we will have the right to decide the system of government that we will run. Somebody wake up and they say, oh, we are federal government. And some people are still jumping up and down. Even when we are moved from federal government to democratic government, they don't even know. What system of government is Nigerian practicing? You be sincere to yourself and ask yourself, what system of government is Nigerian practicing? You see, all of them will fail. Some will say it's democracy, some will say it's nepotism, some will say it's they don't even know. Since I was born, I've been hearing federal. But they don't know. When you confront them now, we say we have to move back to true federalism. So you have fake federalism and true federalism. Look at them deceiving themselves. When we talk about our right to self-determination, we're talking about having a government that will support our way of life. That is why the Chinese, the Americans, the Indians, they choose the system of government they run. When we talk about the right to self-determination, we are talking about when we will have the right to choose how we live our life. You can imagine you steal Nigerian money. Nigerian man steal Nigerian money. Britain will be the one to judge them. Who made Britain judge over us? Now you begin to understand. Yes? My people make a parable and say, Onyibe I owns the goat. And I wake up one morning and I say, I'm going to kill this goat and I eat this goat. Does it make me a thief? I'm from Niger Delta. There is oil in my community. I carry a bucket there. I go and fetch one bucket. Am I a thief? But of course, there are people who decide whether I will have it or not. They are the born again. Let it be on record that the only way out of this misery is for every component member of the zoo, every component member nation of this zoo called Nigeria, to pull out of it. We have a choice. He said that we pull Nigeria down, or Nigeria will pull us down. Biafrans, don't let them deceive you. This is not our life. Our life has been taken from us. The earlier we know this, the better. Nobody will help us until the people will rise up and revolt. Not political revolting. No. The people must rise up. The journey has begun already. Wherever you are as a Biafran, start IPOB family. We will engage the world diplomatically. We will engage them as a civilized people. We will make them see our point. Of course, they can still be stealing oil, but our right to self-determination cannot be trampled upon. That is one thing we don't want. So that we can travel anywhere we want to. Be treated like human being, not like animal. And so that communities of nations will come into our country feeling safe and secure. Most people do not know. Go and look at all the people, both musicians, both politicians, both men of God, name them, from other continents of the world. They don't come to Nigeria. Even if Obama gave us Buhari, late Buhari, Obama went to Ghana. He didn't come to Nigeria. There are many small musicians. Look at Michael Jackson them, Bob Marley them. They will even get to Cotonou. Fear no, they let them enter Nigeria. Una never knows by now say Nigeria and evil forest. Without our right to self-determination, we are gone as a people. Biafrans all over the world. Biafrans all over the world. Wake up. Wake up before it is too late. Wake up. Wake up. Everybody look for IPOB family closer to you. A lot of evil is going on. But we will overcome in the end of it. I'll be back in a minute.
This is my song for freedom. They call me Chris Jokey. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for still God that is always with me. Yeah, He's always with me. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. Yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and the time is too late. So join me, let us get it on now. For happiness we all rejoice. Yes, we are the children of God. I am talking about the holy land, yeah, where God will always reign, and the sun will shine again. So we the people rejoice, yeah, where no one will tell me, yeah, that my song is suicidal, that I will lose my life for singing songs, where there is freedom of speech. Mr. Mefo will remind us, Yeah, now we are children of the Most High God. In Jerusalem we meet again. Yeah, cause we are, yes, we are the children of God. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. Yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and no time is too late. So join me, let us get it now. No happiness, we all rejoice. So, yes, we are the children of God. We are praying for the moment, yeah, when heaven will come for us, and the world will talk about us, so no one else have to die. All this nation will respect us, yeah. Understand we just wanna go back home. No amount of contest to show, yeah. Cause we all got possessed, and the spirit is in me. My director will return home, yeah. Show us love we used to do before. Beautiful faces I will see again, yeah. We need you, we miss you, and we wait on you. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home, yeah. We made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and no time is too late. So join me, let us get it now. No happiness.
Of course, at this time, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our WhatsApp line, once again, is 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line, once again, is 081-221-52971. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. We are talking about our right to self-determination. Not all of you may understand. All of a sudden, one stark illiterate, only God knows where he came from. He didn't go to school. He landed here in Anambra and he discovered River Niger. This is the power of self-determination. But you will lack it. No, somebody came. Only God knows where they came from. Oh, this River Niger, we discovered it. So where were we when Mongo Park, who didn't go to school, discover River Niger? But you will not understand what we mean by right to self-determination. And then another one is telling you, say, oh, there was a time my father was killing twins. They were evil, killing twins. Then one Onyibe just came with your angel wing and stopped the killing of twins. And you call her Mary Slessor. And then all of a sudden, there was another man somewhere in India. He's a mercenary fighting the evil people. They call him Lugard. He came here and concocted this evil. You will not understand the right to self-determination because they will tell you that evil is good and good is evil. Is that not what you are suffering today? Look at all your heroes. When you talk about Mafosen, Clifford, Harrison, and the rest of them, you think these are human beings. These are insincere human beings. But of course, we do not have the right to self-determination. So Harrison Wilson or Harold Wilson will give you kwashoko. And it's okay. He's a founding father. Then they will be teaching your children in school about Clifford Constitution, Harrison Constitution, Joshi, because you don't have the right to self-determination. When they come out one day now, they will tell you, do you know that it's Onyibe man who invented Abu? Your children will agree. Of course, our children. Because we don't have the right to self-determination. Certainly, they write our history. Biafra's intellectual, go online and check the history of everything about us as Biafrans. You will see they are all written by Yorubas. You see? But you won't understand. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes. Good evening, Mazi.
Good evening from
I
here.
can hear you, sir.
Go
Good
ahead,
evening.
please.
Good morning from here. Yes, my name is Nnamdi Ezi. I am calling from United Arab Emirates. I come from Ohaji Ibrima, Ohuba, precisely, province, Biafra land, Imo province. Your topic is very, very important. They have, we don't have in Nigeria, there is no, they don't want us to exercise our right to self-determination. And they take us for one leader, Mazen Namdekan, who have sent us at this point of time for him to, he has shown the zoological people that will, no matter what they do, we must exercise our right to self-determination. That is why Chukwu Okike Abiama made him to bring IPOB, and that is what is keeping IPOB up to today. And because of IPOB is involved, our right to the right of nation for Biafrans must be exercised, and we must get Biafra. So, Mazi, I just want to thank you for your good work. You have been every day. You come, you teach us every day. I listen to your program. I get enlightened. I learn every day on your programs. So I keep on telling people, Sierra is a university. I've never seen any university. I've gone to university.
Of course, that is who epileptic network. We're talking about right to self-determination. Some people say, what are they even doing? What are they fighting for? We want to exercise our right to self-determination. That is if you know what it means. It means we should decide the kind of government we run. We should decide how we live our life. We should decide how to dress. Don't you know Indian people have their own dressing? Official dressing. They choose any other thing they want. But they have their own way of life. We want to be the one writing our history. We don't want to be plugging the very cocoyam we have planted, harvesting the very cocoyam we have planted, and somebody will say, no, according to their law, we cannot. Imagine somebody telling you now, we forbid cow, we forbid cow. Biafrans forbid cow. Of course. But somebody is telling you, you must get a cow village inside your village. But the refinery village is not good for your village where the oil is. So it's because our right to self-determination is not respected. They don't have respect for it. Biafrans must wake up. Don't ask, what are we doing? What are we going to do? What we are going to do is that our people must come together. They spend time dividing us. They spend so much time putting us against one another. They spend so much time bringing us down to our knee. The very resources stolen from our land, they spent them on doing us in every way. But not until we wake up. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yeah. Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon from here in Chicago. My name is Samson Memando. I am the principal servant for the state of Illinois. I'm so excited I got through to you today. Yeah, our people really need to understand that what we are fighting for is our right to self-determination. I don't know how, why our people at this point in time, they are still holding back. It is very sad. I want to use this opportunity to call upon Biafrans in Chicago, in the whole of the state of Illinois, to come out now and join IPOB. Call me. My number is 872-242-0417. 872-242-0417. It is our right to self-determination. I want them to come out in mass and join IPOB. Mazi Onyibe, there are so many other things I want to talk about, but I won't take much of your time. Thank you for now. I'll call you back next time.
Thank you very much. We must continue. It is simple. What are we doing here? But you would never been free. Why will you value freedom? You've never been there. We are used to slavery. Most black people are not happy when they said slave trade had been abolished. I know most black people are not happy because maybe they were commanding officer in one Caribbean island or sugarcane plantation. The same way some, how do the Aganeku call them? Is it a warrant chief? The same way some warrant chief are not happy. They want us to remain inside one Nigeria. But of course, it's not going to be for long. Every man and woman was born free. And this freedom, we must experience it. Don't you look at it? Just look at those Onyibe. Look at them properly. Are they up to you? Some of them, even on a metro, will tell you are smelling. You can't do anything. We know how it feels. I one time work for one Onyibe man. On my area of expertise, he can be a Onyibe man, but he's not an expert on that area. And during the exercise, they brought in fake materials because he want to make profit. I told him, these materials are bad. He said to me, look at how you are talking as if you took it to the lab and they say it's bad. I laugh. I laugh at him because I'm a black man and a very proud one. And I tell you, no Caucasian, no European, no American, no Chinese, no Japanese. No matter that technology, they are very technology. Academically, I will beat them in their own land, in their own area of expertise. Just give us 1 year. These are what they are afraid of. These are the things they are afraid of. But don't worry. And the job continued. And at the end of the day, everything was messed up. And the owner of the project came and said, what is this you did? I told him I was given the wrong tools to do the right job. He called the Onyibe man. I said, did you hear what this guy said? The Onyibe man said, no, the work is not good. He don't know his work. And I look at the Onyibe man. I said, look at how you are talking, as if you take me to the lab. And they say, my work is not good. Have you taken my work to the lab? Everybody started mocking at him. So, as a policeman, Nigerian Boko Haram police, army, navy, look at all those Onyibe you are escorting. Are you not ashamed? You are a slave. No, just look at it. You are carrying gun. The person, some of them don't even get nyash yourself. People looking like Kwashok or self, with due respect. No, just look who they escort. They carry umbrella for. I pity all of you. Even the president of America, when rain they fall, they know they let person carry umbrella for them. But all these people will not even go to school for their village, go come here. For their land and they terrorize us. For our own land and they humiliate us. It's because we don't have our right to self-determination. Because we're supposed to tell you where to land. We're supposed to tell you where to land, what to do. But hopefully, our people will first of all deliver themselves mentally. But they all come together. They all work as one. Make no mistake about it. That is the reason why we are here. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp? That is why we are here. And so we can live like human beings. At least for who we are. There are certain decisions we did not take. God made those decisions on our behalf. And as such, you'll be respected. And there are a lot of decisions that is made by the Creator himself and have been violated. Now you can imagine our son now telling you how to live your life. Call on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
God just sent you to us. That's the only truth. Because there are some grammars we hear every day on other stations, but Onyibe, you hit it the way it is. Even the person is blind, he can hear what we are saying. It's touching in inner body of every human being. We feel it. Anybody who says he's not feeling what you are saying and his ear is opened is a liar. Sometimes I cry. Most of the time I would like to call, but because of the voice that will come out when I call, I will not be able to call again. I decide to go back. But I don't really know what to say. All I'm trying to say God with infinity in heaven will always bless you. No matter what, we know that our beloved country is on the way coming and is here already. But I am trying to tell our people to embrace what we are doing and see and know when they should act and when not to act. And invite other people that are deaf and try to open their ear to listen to what we are saying. I don't see any university or any educational program that is more than what you are giving to us every morning and night. And some people are still there looking, maybe thinking we are joking. We are not joking. Biafrans are not joking. Biafra movement is a of thing. One who says he's not seeing it must touch him or her. Look at the 2 weeks ago, I saw what is happening in Enugu. They saw Enugu and even Guanye came out and said they are living in peace with all this terror. Look at what is happening day before yesterday. Even a king that it can never happen in the world. If any Igbo man or any Biafra man or even outside their people insult a emir or one of their king over there, you know what will happen to that person? And these people have no respect to come into our land and adopted our own king. We call king there. And no one is doing anything. And these people will shamelessly come out on the list and say we are living in peace for a long we don't have problem. See how God just showed them that they are all liars. See? So, my dear brother, I thank you for all the good work you are doing to us. May God Almighty bless you and keep you for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our people must understand. There are a lot of things they don't understand. And you know, when you see wasted sperm like Gembold, you begin to wonder, how do they reason? Those of you on Facebook, give HIV to that wasted sperm called Gembond, because he don't even know his father's name. For almost 200 years, they conspired against our people without saying a word. Nothing unites Nigeria more than when it comes to killing Igbo man. And so when you see wasted sperm like Gembond, you begin to wonder where they are coming from. But if they not tell you, you know. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, go ahead, please.
Hello. Yes, I called before. No, it was my network that caught me. It was network. So
Go ahead, please.
what I was trying to say, I was trying to make an announcement of our upcoming. Sir?
Go ahead, please.
Are you hearing me? Okay, I was trying to make an announcement on our upcoming meeting please, if you any Biafrans who are living in UAE, and if you are in Rasakaima, this coming Friday, we are going to have a meeting, IPOB in Rasakaima. Please, if you are living in Rasakaima, come and join IPOB family here in Rasakaima. We are going to have our meeting this Friday by the grace of Chukwuka Biema. So if you are missing your way, and the meeting venue will be at, if you are missing your way, if you are around Rasakema, the meeting venue is at both roundabouts, Rasakema, both roundabouts. If when you are close to both roundabouts, you can contact our coordinator. You can contact the following numbers for more information. 050. Hello, Mazi. Am I coming
I would
up?
advise you to stop listening to your
Hello?
radio and go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. The number, if you are missing your way, if you want to come to the IPOB Rasakema meeting here in UAE, you can contact these following numbers: 050 59 15 926. Another one, 05 28 71 8239. Or our one is 05 55 80 464 46 426. I come again, 05 05 58 06 4428. Contact for more inquiries, and the meeting venue is at both roundabouts, very close, both roundabouts. When you take, if you're anywhere
Thank you very much.
Just take it easy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi, for your good work. We must exercise our right to self-determination. Biafra must be restored. God bless our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and God bless you, Mazi George Onyibe, for the good work you are doing for your people. Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. We must continue. Your caller messenger, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Mazi Onyibe.
All right, sir, from here.
I keep making this mistake, Reverend Onyibe.
They are all the same.
Thank you for having me.
Well done, sir.
Thank you for having me this afternoon. Okay, thank you. Reverend, I called this afternoon. This is your brother, B. By the way, good afternoon from here to all Biafra, starting from our leader to deputy and to every participant of this noble project. I want to say greetings to all of you. Reverend, you, as you were speaking, you called my mind to action, and I was thinking through some of the things that you said here on the radio this evening about self-determination. And I think the first caller said something also about Nigeria giving us the right of self-determination. And as I was listening, I shook my head. And I said, does this brother really know? Does he really know what they are asking for from Nigeria? You're talking about self-determination. You must also consider if the person also know themselves. Because you want to, first of all, know who you are before you can talk about self-determination. Similar to what our leader said some times ago, that means, that translates to all Biafrans, that we don't actually know who we are. And for someone to even think that Nigeria will give us, will grant you a self-determination, another discussion for someday. But of course, we now know that Nigeria is not a nation. Let's talk about, the type of government that is they are using to do what they're doing. So the idea of requesting and asking this contraption to grant us a self-determination is also another whole year discussion. But anyway, talking about self-determination, and going back a little bit as far as self-identity, which is a developmental growth that somebody needs to attain. I think you attain this level of development when you're a teenager, when you begin to know who you are. Here we are, thousands of people don't even know who they are. Thousands, especially here in North America. A lot of us are just moving around, and unfortunately, they have not been able to help educate their children about who they are. In other words, we are lost in this society. For someone to ask for self-determination, you must know who you are, first of all. And then begin to ask for what you want. Reverend, this morning someone posted something on our forum. For whatever reason, I was tempted to read through that write-up, and this write-up talks about what Trump thinks about Africa, and of course, I know that's a fabrication or whatever, but it makes a lot of sense when I begin to read down this line. And one place that caught my attention is where he talks about that we don't even know what we want, you know. We don't know what we want. He started by describing what we like doing and what type of life we like to do. Stupidity and stuff like that, all kinds of things. And then he talks about how we are very stupid to the extent that we cannot even plan our lives beyond a year. And that speaks of us. Nobody is going to argue about it. Beyond a year, and therefore, how can we develop and live longer? Talks about corruption. How corruption is abomination in the West and in Asia, but in Africa, we sing and rejoice to the corrupt so-called political leaders and worship them, and worship even the scandalous reading religious leaders like God. Okay, so many things that was said in this thing. But then when I look around and I'm thinking of what you are saying this afternoon about self-determination, even someone who asks Nigeria for self-determination, Nigeria, as you know, has not even had that right of self-determination. I know you made mention of the wig that they wear on their head here, the so-called legal practitioners, and you ask a question: do they even know what they are wearing? Okay, that's part of the argument. And this is people that we are asking for self-determination. Okay, another example is looking at what is happening in our land for today. And a lot of us are here in United States, in Canada, all over the world. And it's just a fraction, a very micro fraction of us keeping an eye off on what is going on, talking about it, scaring this kite not to land and take off with our children. And thousands of them are here doing whatever they want to do, enjoying already made place, just like a monkey and baboons they are, you know, enjoy cages where they're caged and they enjoy. When they throw food to them, they will accept and eat. And then you begin to ask, what is going on? Is it true of really Africans that we don't know ourselves? Okay, because we are kind of different. What we do here in the United States that I know very well is quite different from other cultures. Even the war-stricken Somalians and Sudanese are up here doing a lot of great things, making investments, develop. Only the so-called Nigerians, essentially the Igbos, are just sewing up their garments, marrying and dancing, all kinds of things. Just like the thing they say Trump wrote. You know, dancing off our head, drinking off our heads and everything, and not even thinking about our generation. For instance, this time of the year is the time they call for all conventions. And my brother, you need to see these people converge in different cities and how they constitute nuisance even around where they are rented. They're rented for these occasions. And when I say these things, I'm not against anyone having conventions or doing all kinds of social gathering. It's just that sometimes you begin to wonder, does this individual really understand what is going on? Or they just don't care, or they just like animals, that's why they don't care. Because even talking about animals look out for their little ones. Animals fight against any ills that is coming against their own. Only a group of people that does not care at all. The government of the United States apparently is watching, and no one is making any effort in that. So in that sense, sometimes you begin to ask yourself, you know, what is going on with this group of people? They spend thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars sewing garments, which the white folks refer to as costume here. You allow them to rent your hotel. They will constitute nuisance because you see them hanging around every part of the hotel, including the lobby, showing off. And these hotels are business areas for people. Even when they are given designated area, they don't respect that. Okay, so you begin to look at all these things. I cry, I mourn, because I know that, this is going to be a long drawn education for our people. It's going to take for a long time for people to understand what is going on. Some of them are waiting for foreigners and the foreign government to talk about their situation. And I kind of ask questions. Why in the world would somebody think that the world is going to smell their hands and their nose and know that we are going through this situation when the people that are afflicted with all these problems are over here marrying and having fun? Go to Facebook, it's only us there showing off our accomplishments and everything. Meanwhile, our lands are being run over. Our brothers and sisters are calling from home, crying out, complaining, crying out, and all of us, most of us, are here just, marrying and doing all kinds of things. And I mean, you begin to wonder what kind of heart does these people have. And when you go to church, they'll be the first one that tells you the story about our Lord Yeshua. They'll be the one that tells you about Joseph. who was taken to Egypt and he helped his brother. Then the disciple think, they don't think that part of the reason why they are here is maybe a part of that story of Joseph. Okay, and to make it worse, the one that has been here for the past 40, 50 years, or even 35 years, are the ones that are introducing these crazy cultures here just to seek for relevance. Because they apparently, you can see that they are down in abject depression, I would say. Hopelessness, I will call it. So it's really very difficult. Just talking about self-determination. Someone has to, first of all, identify yourself, know who you are before you can ask for that. It's a simple English. It's not hidden. The definition is not hidden. Self-determination, being able to tell the world that you are ready to take care of yourself. You are ready to make decisions for yourself. That's all it is. And here we have people who are scared today to speak and to come out and support this noble project. And the worst part of it is that they see what is going on. Onyibe, Reverend Onyibe, sometimes when we talk about this issue, it's really heartbroken. It's really heartbroken because I can understand why this will be the way it will be. But one thing I do know is that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with taking a first step. You are doing great. Your program is second to none. Please continue. Hopefully, the ears will open and people will get up and we do the needful. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
I
appreciate it. We must continue.
Appreciate you.
Yes. It's simple. Our leader, Mazi Ubidi, pointed out two things that caught my attention. One is Nigerian giving us self-determination. Nigerian cannot give us self-determination because every so-called Nigerian are miserable people, frustrated people whose life have been programmed. No Nigerian really know who they are. Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba. Anybody that says they are Nigerian are the most miserable set of human beings on earth. So they cannot certainly give us freedom. Because the only unity in Nigeria is when Yoruba and Fulani collude, according to Tiwa Danjuma, to loot the resources in Biafra land. So they will not do that. We are only asking them to respect our right to live as a people. Somebody created this zoo called Nigeria. We are asking those people to the same way they come, say you, according to my leader. You are now Nigeria, a monkey. When I say ow, 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 they have to remove their hand. That is one. But honestly, I would think our people are waking up already. Because before now, I'm not an Igbo man. But for the first time, IPOB and her leadership make me discover my true identity. And honestly, we don't expect all of them to wake up. That is why my people say, anytime you wake up from your bed, that is your morning. Some of them are not going to wake up. They will sleep on forever. And we will help them, give them better pillow. But some will wake up. And the Bible says, how would they know if they were not told? And who will tell them? Except those of you we send go. And now, most of them have heard. What happens to them later, it's left for them. You know, in Matthew 24, Jesus said to the disciples, this gospel will be preached to the end of the world as a witness against the nations. Nothing more, nothing less. So when the pastor is actually preaching, repent, they have different motive and agenda. But the point is that the gospel is being preached. And so, according to the Bible, nobody will say, I didn't hear on the last day. And so we are talking and talking, and some people say, oh, we are talking and talking, but certainly we are on the second stage. Because before now, our problem is nobody is talking. Nobody is talking. Honestly, who are you to come against Nigeria? When Nigeria talk, you talk. Who are you? But let that animal come out today. Let's use math to dome we remove him. Let that animal come out today. We will engage on dome we remove him. Now we are on another stage. And hopefully, very soon, I should say, we won't be talking again. And I know people will say, oh, they are always shooting. All these people are always shooting. And they are talking there. But they can go back and know that before IPOB came, nobody can confront this demon called Nigeria. Now today, we can confront them at least. It's a way forward. Every people who are holding us down, Hausa and Yoruba are not holding us down. They didn't fight the war of 1967 and 1970. Britain did. Soviet Union did. Egypt did. They are the one this message is going for, not Hausa Fulani. Because when they will leave our land, it is a story of 1,000 years for their generation to come. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
My dear brother, good evening to you, and God bless you for the good work you're doing. I really enjoy listening to you. God bless our leader, Mazen Nandakalo. God bless Uchemefo, and all the principal officers and every Biafran that is that have got their hands on the deck to make sure that we realize our destiny, which is Biafra. I've been listening to you, Master Onyibe, and the main reason why I'm calling is to correct the last caller. I want to correct the last caller in the sense that, you know, this kind of denigration of Biafrans, of our people, is not called for, and it's not exactly true. Igbos and the Biafrans are very proud people. Yes, the main reason why we are so hated in the zoo is because I could remember when I was a little boy growing up in Lagos. The Biafrans are the ones that have, you know, meetings and organizations, and when they go to these meetings and organizations, they dress flamboyantly. And this is why the zoo hates Biafrans. Both our men and our women, they dress very well with expensive wrappers, gold, good shoes. So, you know, we cannot continue to denigrate our people like this. Look, people are underestimating what IPOB have done in the life of Biafrans. They have done a great job. People who don't know now know. Any person who don't know now know. All the predictions of our leader is happening, you know, day and night. So it's no longer a story what is going on. I'm coming to talk of, you know, Biafrans abroad. Look at the development of our own places. It's all personal effort. You said it the other day. There is nothing the government of the zoo have done for us. Money is flowing into Biafra land now because of people abroad. People abroad all over the world are supporting this cause. So we cannot just come on Radio Biafra to denigrate our people. They are trying. And our leader knows that they are trying. He's traveled America, he's traveled Canada, he's energized everybody. Even in Britain here, he's energized everybody. So IPOB is doing their utmost best. And the first time I had IPOB many years ago, the thing I said to myself, I said, this is a university. And that is what it is. You guys are educating us. You're educating our people. And they're awake. You said it. They are beginning to be awake. Many people are now awake. So we cannot come on radio to denigrate our people. So I thank you, my brother. You keep on the good work. We are learning. We are getting there. You know? We are getting there, my brother.
Thank you very much.
And according to what you say in your language, When the time comes, everybody will know. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, Mazi. We must continue. The truth I know, it cannot be exchanged. Is that I don't need them. They are the one that need me. Oh, I want power. They are the one that need me. I don't need them. We don't need them. They are the one that need us. When you hear that, oh, our one Nigeria is not negotiable, they need us. They can't survive without us. But it's left for us. Are we going to allow them make a feast out of us? Or we are going to wake up? We know where all this mistake come from. It took them almost 200 years to bring us down to our knees. If God is merciful enough, I should say Chukwuki Kabiama, it then implies that in less than 5-6 years, I think IPOB have been able to change the way of our people. And I think this is something we should be proud of. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. Caller on the line, are you there?
Yeah.
Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Peter. I'm calling from Aba. I'm from.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Peter. I'm calling from Aba. I'm from the local government area. My Lord Onyibe, I thank God for giving our leader Martin Carlo. He's a great man. He's our prophet on our own time. I thank Martin for his good work. I thank you, Mr. Onyibe, for what you are doing for us, we Biafra. I thank Biafra all over the world. I thank IPOB all over the world for all that this has been doing. So let's go catch my bless there. Mr. Onyibe, what we are now fighting is our own freedom. And we need to be free. We need to be free. Water flow into all this time around is not good. Have to thank God for our own right. And all of the youth and about to fight us. Let us defend our land. Let us defend our land. Hello, Onyibe. Thank you for your good. Hope God and bless you. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Judge Onyibe. I thank you once again. I called some time and requested to be registered with IPOB. And you directed that I should get in touch with the daily group, family members, which I finally did. And now I'm totally registered with IPOB family, Navi Mumbai, India. So I am thanking you once again for the good job you are doing. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Today, on Friday, we'll be having a meeting to decide what we have to do in order to help Biafra move forward. I thank Mazin Namdekan, Uche Mefo, and you, Judge Onyibe, for the good job you people are doing. I glorify God on your life. May God bless you people and bless Biafra. Thank you. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. We have to decide what we have to do in order to. Yes, I am there. So now we are moving. We are having some initiative that will help Biafran people and help the Biafran struggle. Though those things are not something I have to say on the line. But I think after the meeting, they will convey the message to you people. We are making some good contacts over here
to start up because the game have started. We don't need to wait for the call up again. The game have started. We have to start somewhere, then and take order from the spring leader. That's what we think. I thank you people for the good job. May God bless you people and bless Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must remain focused. What we are doing here, what we will do after now, until Biafra is restored, is backed up by every known law by Homo sapiens. Make no mistake about that. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network. Our people must get ready. Our people must stand their ground. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Caller on the line, are you there?
Yes. Good evening, my deputy African rep.
George Onyibe, go ahead, please.
Yes, may Kabiyama bless you. My name is Zobin. I am from Ayatunbise in Imo province, but I'm calling from Ugwacha province in Biafra land. May Kabiyama bless you and strengthen you. Anywhere you went to, you will receive blessing upon blessing in the mighty name of Yeshua. And bless our leader, Maazin Nande, Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. Bless our deputy Maazin Temefo. Bless all the whole hardcore members, those that are working seriously to make sure Biafra will restore. May Elohim shower them with a good life and the good health for them to live and see Biafra restore in the mighty name of Yeshua. Man, you see what you are telling us now, we are talking about. Our people don't understand. Those who understand already knows. See, they are the engineer, they import cars for us. With machine, they build the car by themselves. Then when they bring the car here, we work the car with empty bare hands, with only tools and spammers, without any machine. We lose, we couple. What they use engine and build is what we are doing with ordinary hands here. Constructing pan, constructing the motor they build with machines and the all equipment to make the car to be in order. But we scatter the car over here and do it by ourselves the way they did the car. Who is telling us when we are free, why not us be doing this? Our people need to rise up now. This is the opportunity. Our leader have created every space, every angle space for you as a Biafra to rise up and say what you want to say and tell the zoo what you want, how you want it to be. But some people are letting the voice our leader down, collecting money with it, trying to suppress the innocent people and the poor ones. May Chukwu Kabiyama bless our leader wherever he is. And those who are eating money on behalf of the voice of our leader, that money will purge their stomach. I see they will not live life and enjoy that their money they are collecting. May Chukwu Kabiyama bless every one of principal officers, those that are working seriously. And also bless you. You are in Biafra land here. You see what is happening. You know what is going on in this Biafra land. See all the whole governors. Killings everywhere. We are using indirect to clean our youth in every angle of in every angle of every state in Biafra land. But instead of our governors to put an order to make everything, all these killings to be stopped, they are just creating a space. No market will sell on the road. No vulcanizer will be on the road. No mechanic will be on the road. If you drive your car and park, then that's what they are passing into law. Everything that will oppress the innocent of Biafrans. That's what they are doing to suppress all the Biafran youth and boys and the girls. I don't understand what is happening. The Chukwu Kabiyama will do his own miracle. We must blow the trumpet of restoration, and that shall it be in the mighty name of Yeshua. Thank you, may Chukwu Kabiyama bless you.
Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mazi. Yeah. Good morning from here. Thank you, Onyibe, for accepting my call.
Go ahead, my
If
leader.
you permit me, my name is Chukwudi Former, and I reside here in Australia. Onyibe, if you give me a minute, I just want to give praises to Chukwuka Abiyama, because everything he has said, he's doing it. He is doing it. Eze Chukwuka Abiyama, we are your children. We give you thanks. We never get sick of tired and praising you, because everything you said about this journey is happening before our own eyes. Those that doesn't believe us are now seeing the handwriting on wall. You told us to just go and talk to the world and ask the Pharaoh to let my people go, but they refused. They thought that they have everything, but one thing they don't have is you, Chukwuka Abiyama. There is no other place except you. No other nation calls you that name except your children. And that is what differed us between us and others. And most especially, the Biafra belongs to you. It doesn't belong to any of us. May you continue to guide us, most especially our leader and all the principal officers, until Biafra is restored. He said. Onyibe, what I wanted to touch today is about the henchmen in our land. They call them henchmen, but they disguise as henchmen. At night, they will go and carry out their atrocity, or during the daylight. There is something I learned, and that thing I learned in life is every situation, there is a solution around you. All you have to do is look around. You don't need to look 1,000 kilometers away from you to find a solution to your misery. And that is our mothers, our fathers, they don't farm anymore because of all these people with their cattle. We have a simple solution. It's a local solution. It has been in our land for so donkey years. But the question is, why do we overlook what we have? Why do we overlook what we own? We are looking for overseas one or whatever it might be. There is a simple solution. And they will stop coming to your farm. They should go and have. They should go and feed their cow in ranches, not in people's farm where family survives. The simple solution, there are two methods. Either you hang a pig in your area, they don't cross. Or Otaba. You know Otaba. Otaba in Abonimi, if you permit me. Otaba. Spray it on your farm. That is all you have to do. All of them will die when they come and eat it. Then if they lose the 1,000, if they lose 100 cows today, lose tomorrow, they will never step their feet in that area. And that is what they did many years ago around Onitsha. Many years ago, like more than 20 years ago. So we should stop crying, whining, looking for miracle to come from heaven, or need and pray from now till thy kingdom come. You need to defend your area. And this is how you are going to common. It's common. It's everywhere in our land. Defend your farm, your livelihood. Otherwise, you will go on starvation. What our leader has been saying is now happening before our own eyes. And remember when he said that they are going to kill us and no one will speak. They are going to take over all the government positions. No one will talk. What is happening today? Is it not the same thing? Is it not exactly what he said is happening? But it's too late for many of you, because we said then when it starts happening, we just fold our hand and be looking. By then it's too late, because you were told, but then you say it's a warmonger. You were told you didn't believe. You want to see before you believe. By then, before you see, it's already too late that you cannot escape it. A prophet came and then delivered a message. It's only a fool that we ignore that. Is it because it's not like the person you expect him to be? Adaboye, maybe TB Joshua, whatever. Okay, even Mbaka, okay, because it's not like Mbaka. They didn't have adoration ground where you will be buying a card to come and visit. You buy a card, 5,000 or 10,000. Yeah, and anointing oil. Then it's a useless man talking on the radio. He said all these things many years, couple years of back, and today they're all happening before our own eyes. The question there is now, I mean, the answer to it is everyone has to stand up and defend their own land. Because when he was going around asking for collective effort to make sure these people didn't come into our land, everyone turned a deaf ear, even including those that said that they are whatever they are relevant or Hanese. Instead, they connive with the governors to make sure they eliminate him. Today, what is happening? All of them are going to pay one after another. This is just the beginning. Go and mark it. This is just the beginning. If they continue to hold us there, calamity will continue. This is just a what? Appetizer. So everyone should buckle up, get ready. The real stuffs are coming. Because you deserve who you voted in. You deserve that man that is ruling you. Because if you people are not so wicked, why on earth will you bring such a man to govern you? Because all the heart and mind of all of you, they are in that zoo. It's as evil as anything. No one can stand up and speak the truth. And that is why you guys there deserve who is ruling over you. And he hasn't done. It's going nowhere. He's going nowhere. He's going nowhere because he deserved him. As I said, what you ask for is what comes to you. All of you many of you doesn't like good things. So bad things will be following you. And this is one of them. So don't complain. You guys ordered it. So enjoy it. As I said, it's just the beginning. Until they let the children of God to go. Otherwise, as our leader said, Somalia will be better than that country. And they thought that by bombing and blowing, no. It's systematically, everything will be collapsing, dropping. He called them a zoo many years ago. Today, what is happening? Cow life is better than, cow life is valued than a human life. Imagine that. So this is just a tip of an iceberg. So my people, you have to get up and defend yourself. Haneze can defend you. Your chief said they collect money. The other day I saw the bishops in Enugu protesting. Is it not the same? I mean, Reverend Fathers protesting in Enugu. You see? When IPOB was campaigning on the streets, they are massacring us. Everyone kept mute. Everyone kept quiet. The blood of innocent children were slaughtered, spread all over the streets. None of them stood up to speak. None of them stood up to condemn the evil. Today, that evil has come to our land. And it's going to consume them. I saw the protest of a Reverend Father. I said, oh, they just waked up, isn't it? Because it's one of them they kidnapped. No, they haven't seen anything yet. More is coming. More is coming. When we are campaigning, don't go and vote. What did your bishop told you guys? No, tell them to go and get a PVC, giving them money, bribing, announcing on the church, go and vote, go and vote. No, you haven't seen anything. It's just the beginning. Don't cry. I'm not, my sympathy has gone long time ago. Because I can't understand it. Why people doesn't like good things. It's not a must you must support. Just mute your mouth. No, you wouldn't mute your mouth. You try to undermine what people are doing. You thought that you are safe, isn't it? They didn't write IPOB in anybody's. They didn't write IPOB in IPOB everyone's face. I mean, nobody knows who is IPOB, and all of you are in the presence of Fulani. So it doesn't matter if you're IPOB member or you're not. When it's your turn, you're gone. But IPOB are fearless. But those that are afraid, they are the ones that will meet their death. As I said, this is just the beginning. It's a wake up, good morning, and more is still to come. We haven't even moved any inch. So long they continue to hold our people in that country. The only savior they have is to let Biafran go, whether they like it or not. They will say, at the end, they will say, we told them so. As our leader always said, before we came, there was nothing like us. And by the time we gone, there will be nobody like us. And this is exactly the things he meant. No one will corrupt IPOB. No one is an ideology. You will never defeat ideology. And we have known this, we have known the secret. And that secret is what is guiding us. And it will continue to guide us until Biafra is restored. And there is nothing anyone can do about it. You think that when you kill us, we die and go? No. We come back again and continue. More firing, more determination, more resolute. This nation, we must get it, whether good or bad. And at the same time, I'm just calling this number for those of us, we're organizing for our leader to tour, Australian tour and New Zealand from ending of September throughout October. So if anyone has a family member that reside in New Zealand, Australia, that please let them know, send the message that they should come out and be part of what we are doing and welcome our leader to Australia. The number to call is, give it to your family, is 0420302098. 0420302098. Thank you. Onyibe, I will stop here for now and I will hand over to you. May Chukwu Okabiama continue to bless you, guide you, protect your family. Enemy will not see you. What you are doing is great than mounting on that radio Biafra alone. Angel in heaven rejoice because it's the mouthpiece that speaks the truth to sub-Saharan Africa. May Chukwu Okabiama bless you and bless your family.
Thank you very much.
You from here,
and honestly, bye-bye. You people took the lead, and so we have to follow. I appreciate Biafrans across the globe. Don't let your heart to be troubled. We must not be moved. The message is simple. It is our right to self-determination. It is our right to civil disobedience. Nigerian and her handlers and her creators can do anything they wish to do in order to clamp us down. But the beauty of it all is that we will tell them how it will end. We will tell them how it will end. I'll take one more call and then we draw curtain for this evening segment. We can't be prisoners in our father's land. How long? Are you there, caller on the line?
I'm here. Good evening to you, Master George Onyibe.
Good evening, my brother. Go ahead. The word is listening.
Thank you so much. Special greetings to you, fellow Biafrans. The blessing of Chukwu Okabiama will continue to keep us moving forward. My name is Sugo, and I am calling from Enugu province this evening. We will continue to give glory to the Almighty Chukwu Okabiama, our God, that provide our leader, Madden and Kano, for the total freedom of our land. We must continue to do the right thing. And what is that right thing? Our self-determination, self-defense. We will remain firm on it. The people that is killing innocent people in the zoo, they value that self-defense. That is the reason why you see them carry AK-47 to defend themselves. When we are trying to defend our land, they will call us terrorists. But they are looking forward to take another man's land. The high level of intimidation and discrimination. Chukwu Okikadiama condemn it, and that be the reason why all of you, the indigenous people of Biafra, we must remain firm in what we decide to ask for. That is the right thing. We are not asking for another man's land. We will remain firm in defending our land. Everybody has his own land. And if you don't value what Chukwu Okikadiama, the God of heaven, give to you, then you are looking for another man. You know, that means you are a criminal. For all of you that support evil, have it in mind, your portion will be called evil. We must continue to ask for the total freedom of our land. And anyone that say that what we are doing is evil, evil will follow him. But the simple truth is that at the end of everything, this thing that we are looking for, definitely we must get it. There is a time that our people are being killed in daily basis. Then when we come on and say, they will say it's a hate speech, that we formed it. But now it is clear everywhere, and Chukwu Okikadiama, our God, he made this evil to visit those that support it. That is the reason why even those that condemned the indigenous people of Biafra, when we were protesting for our rights, are now protesting in Biafran land, in the zoo as a whole. All of them that laughed at us when we are being killed by these enemies, because in the zoo you can't protest for your right. When you try it, you will be called terrorists. But this time around, we are now sitting watching these people. They are the ones protesting and saying enough is enough. But when we say this, you call us a miscreant, jobless people. This is how every one of you will continue to say this truth that you are running away from. We promise you that in due time of it, you will use yourself to call a spade a spade. The whole world must call a spade a spade. No man has right to intimidate or to kill his fellow. All humans are equal in the eyes of Chukwu Okikadiama. Whenever you hear Chukwu Okikadiama is our God, don't know what you call him. So for that reason, we have right for self-defense and we stand up for it. Intimidation is over. This generation, we were designed to do this work. That is the reason why you can't kill our leader, Mazen Mandikano. You try all you could to kill him, but the mighty hand of God continues to protect him and keep him moving forward. And that is how our land, Biafra, will stand. Because freedom comes from the Almighty God. Onyibe, may the blessing of Chukwu continue to push you. Continue to do this work. I greet Mazucheme for everywhere. All of our leaders, there are so many. I can't mention them. Even Mazobi Dobielu. Chukwu Okikadiama will bless all of you that is living over there, and you look down here and you see the kind of pit that the enemies seek for us. But Chukwu Okikadiama will not enter into it, and that is the reason why our name remains victory. We must continue to mark victoriously. Thank you so much, Mazi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. There is no better way to say it. Everybody must understand. In case you have forgotten, it is our right to self-determination. And it is this self-determination that is the only thing that can free us from this slavery, from this prison. As I sign off from here, remain blessed, remain focused. Chukwu Okikadiama be with all of you. Honestly, I love all of you. Those of you who were able to call in, thank you. And those who couldn't call in, tomorrow is another day. Sincere apology. Honestly, how long are we going to stay in this prison? Who kept us in this prison in the first place? Do they have this right? Certainly no. Good night as I sign off from here.
When I was little boy. He said to me, cry does not pay. He said to me, education is the key. Yeah. As a little boy, I thought I knew what it was doing. Yeah, man. But today, here I am in jail. I'm a prisoner. I am a prisoner. I am a prisoner. I looked all around me, but to see nothing but 4 gray walls staring at me. The policeman said to me, son, they won't build no schools anymore. All they build will be prison. They won't build no schools anymore. All they build will be prison. They won't build no schools anymore. All they build will be prison. Cause today, yeah, I am a prisoner. I am a prisoner. I'm a prisoner. Yeah. I asked the policeman and said, how much must I pay for my freedom? He said to me, son, yeah, they won't build no schools anymore. They won't build no hospitals. They won't build no schools anymore. They won't build no hospitals. All they build will be prison. All they build will be prison. All they build will be prison. All they build will be